Hi everybody, this is Cup Kitty, and this video is inspired by Lady Ursula's comments and videos about art. And since I know she likes art and many other people do, I would like to share with you my interest in art. I have always been interested in history overall, in history of painting, history of costumes and clothes and food and just about anything. And maybe that's why I really love art, because art really reflects, or tries to reflect at the time, how people lived, and that is what I'm interested in, basically. So one of my favorite paintings is Monet. I bought this little book. It's very thin, but I have many others on him. I really love his history and his life. It's kind of a sad life for a painter who ends up being blind, but even blind he manages to paint, and that's admirable. He was legally blind when he made his latest paintings, and he had the most wonderful garden. He had a possession I couldn't call it a farm. I think it was a cottage or something, called Giverny. And sorry about my pronunciation. And he cultivated the most wonderful plants and flowers and trees there, just to paint them. How amazing is that? So not only he was a wonderful painter, he was a landscaper for painting. So he would cultivate his garden at Giverny throughout all his life, just to get the right painting on the right flowers and the right blooms. And that's amazing. And I really like this little Japanese bridge. Maybe you've seen it somewhere else. So he paints that a lot because that's a real place at Giverny. And then when he was practically blind, he painted it again, like this. You can see, you can't see much, but he still has in his memory how the bridge looked like. And that's him at the bridge. Lovely fella, so I really like him. Of course, all the biggest are lovely to study, like Leonardo da Vinci. All his paintings are very, apart from the Da Vinci Code, all his paintings have many meanings and many significance to it. I really like this first painting. Actually, he first studied in a studio by, I don't know, Andrea del Verrocchio, which was his master, which was his tutor, who was his tutor. And the guy painted this, which was a great artist. He was an artist at the time. And then Leonardo painted only this angel here. And then, seeing that his apprentice painted this angel so wonderfully, he gave a painting, because he wouldn't be worthy of painting anything like that. And it's just wonderful. I really love his. He painted La Gioconda, and he painted many other ladies. Actually, you can see it here. What I really like about this art books is that you can really learn about the history of the painter, and knowing why all these paintings are famous. This was a recent passion of mine, Michelangelo. I recently they fell. I recently read a book called Michelangelo and the Pope's Roof, which is the whole story about how Michelangelo got to paint the Sistine Chapel. And it talks about everything, all the politics going on that time, what kind of paints would he use, and why would he paint all the scenes that he did, and how and why. It's just amazing. And after I read the Michelangelo and the Roof of the Pope, I was amazed by it, really. And I respected him a lot more, because, you know, like, oh, Michelangelo, okay, he's like Leonardo da Vinci, he's like, you know, but he's truly a troubled artist. And he painted himself at the Sistine Chapel as a Bible figure. I forgot who, but his head is on a tray. Maybe it's Solomon, I'm not sure. But it's amazing, and I really like him, and he does wonderful sculptures. Actually, he paints people, all these muscles in people, and even on women, because he was really a sculptor. And because he was a sculptor, he knew all the muscle structure, bones, and everything. So whenever he painted, he thought like a sculptor. So that's why people ended up so wonderfully strong. And even women ended up really strong, because at that time they wouldn't allow women to pose for paintings or sculptures. So they would have to imagine a woman in a man's body. And that's pretty amazing too. Rembrandt also is a very dear painter for me. I see a little, like, not a little actually, his light is a very melancholy light. He always paints so many things that are just full of action and anguish. I'm not sure. So things like this. The sick man. Oh, it's called Abraham and Isaac. So he's just amazing. Look at this light here. Look, it's like a theater. So his light always amazed me, because you really feel like you're in a theater, or you're in a very intimate scene of somebody's life. It's even better than a picture.